morning and welcome to Intimately You, presented by TSC. I'm your resident sexologist, Jess O'Reilly, and this is Canada's Sexual Wellness Show, where we answer your questions about sex and intimacy. And tonight we are taking on an issue that so many people struggle with, and that is reviving your lost libido. Of course, there are many reasons why you might lose interest in sex: stress, menopause, relationship struggles, grief, hormonal issues for starters. And it happens to the best of us, every single one of us. And tonight we are here to shed some light on the subject. Helping me to do just that is the wonderful Dr. Jessica Shepard, OBGYN extraordinaire. I can't wait to hear her thoughts. And as always, we have our goodie drawer to look forward to with one of my friends I haven't seen in a while, Donna Farrow from High on Love, who will be sharing some tantalizing products with us. But first, I want to thank you for sending in your questions, and I want to answer one right away from Lois. And Lois asks, I have some arthritis in my hands and I need a toy or a sexual aid that I can hold more easily. What do you recommend? Thank you so much for writing in, Lois, and thank you to everyone who's sending us their questions. I have with me today the Love Honey Desire Luxury Strapless Strap-On, and what I'm suggesting right now is actually an off-brand use. The reason I love this toy for Lois and for anyone who's struggling with reaching or arthritis or dexterity is that it has a longer handle and flexibility, along with some very easy control. So it's adjustable, bendable. The handle can be held at any angle. It has different options for play, multiple grip options. You can hold it from either end. It is silky smooth with 12 speeds, 8 vibration patterns. What else does it have? Oh, you can squeeze it between your legs or play with a partner. So it's not designed specifically for, difficulties holding on to toys, but this is really a great toy just for that purpose. And of course, you can scan the QR code on screen and it will take you to tsc.ca/intimately-you, where you can learn more about all of these products. Now, we have many more viewer questions to get to, so let's bring in the amazing Dr. Jessica Shepard. Dr. Jessica, I'm so excited to have you here.
I am so excited to be here, as always, because we've done so much work in the past, and I love everything that you have to say to empower, again, everyone who's viewing about their sexual wellness.
Yeah, and as a physician, I have to ask you, why is it so important to include sexuality in your wellness practice?
For me specifically as a gynecologist, I found that a lot of patients felt that they didn't want to talk about sexuality or intimacy or their sexual wellness. They felt embarrassed by it. So I felt as a provider, it was my responsibility to make sure that I bring it into the conversation and make it natural so that they can feel that it's comfortable and safe and that they're being heard.
Thank goodness for you, and I wish all physicians could take on that approach. When we talk about libido, what do you find people get wrong about libido? What really constitutes normal when it comes to libido?
That is a great question. Libido is, again, a biological component of when we discuss sexual wellness. There's so many different aspects of it. I think maybe the most misconception about libido is that they feel it's an on-off switch, right? And then they'll get to a certain part in their life, or if they're going through difficulty, and it's just on or off. But really, it's something that should be nurtured, paid attention to, and also as we go, specifically for women, as a gynecologist, that's the patient population that I see. But as they start to get older, like you said earlier, hormones are a big part of what contributes to libido. But don't worry, we have so many different ways, and whether it's tools, medications, also emotional, psychological impact that can help libido.
I always appreciate that you take this biopsychosocial approach. So what is the first thing you check when a patient complains about low or no libido?
I go right into questioning about their particular lifestyle. Are there any things that have happened recently? Again, looking at the transition of their life when it comes to menopause. That can be, a key indication that there's some hormonal changes, but also looking at their emotional aspect of their life. Has something happened? Are they going through a divorce? Has something happened with their job? And also medications. Many times we forget to ask about medications that have been newly started or they've been on for some time, but there are medications that can actually impact libido.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned lifestyle, and we have a question from Priya who's asking, are there any foods or supplements I can use to boost my libido? I have zero interest since I had kids. And Priya, you're not alone. Dr. Jessica, what do you have to say or suggest here?
Yeah, that's a great question. I love the last part of that question because that is a lot of women feel that way after they've had kids. So what typically happens after you've had kids is that mom component comes in where we start to actually put so much emphasis in how much we take care of our kids that we actually forget ourselves. And so a lot of that has to be restored in the fact that you have to take time for yourself. And many times because we're so busy as mothers, we actually don't necessarily eat the foods that are going to help us internally feel very good about ourselves. So many times we're having leftovers, or we're picking the things that are heavy laden with carbohydrates and sugars and refined sugars. So actually taking foods that are better, make us feel light, can actually help our libido.
Makes sense to me. It all comes together. Okay, I have another important question that I need you to help answer. This one comes from Sophia, who asks, can I use an internal vibrator if I've had a full hysterectomy? What do you say here?
I love that question. The answer is yes, because you still have all your vaginal components, which is your vagina. You have your clitoris still there. You still have a lot of sensory portions externally that, yes, please use a vibrator.
I love it. Short and sweet and simple. Now, here's another question. We have so many questions for you. Right up your alley. Sarah asks, is there anything I can do to tighten up down there so that I regain more sensation and also so I feel more confident after 3 kids? Dr. Jessica, I really appreciate this question. Thanks for writing in. Dr. Jessica, what do you say here?
I love this question because I could probably use this question myself. You know, after having children, you're going to have some changes in the pelvis. And again, that can impact your intimacy and how you feel during an intimate moment or during sexual intercourse. So I love using energy devices in the sense that we have energy devices that we can use in office as a physician that you can come in and get treatment. But now there is a new device, which I actually have one here with me. It is called the Titra. And basically, I love this device because you can use it in the comfort of your home. It has radio frequency energy, which is generated through this. It is very safe. It is very safe to use, doctor approved, and you can use this. And what it happens is it decreases the laxity, which is the stretchy part of your vagina, and helps decrease that laxity, which is going to improve your sensation and also help revitalize the nerve stimulation. And that's how you're going to have a more impactful, enticing, and enhanced sexual encounter.
All right, now I see this one has a big handle to hold onto. This longer part with these kind of bars right here, this is being inserted into the vaginal canal, and you can also use it on the labia on the outside. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct. You're going to use this internally, and when you turn it over, you'll notice that there's some silver electrodes. That's the portion that you're going to use externally on the labia, and that actually is to help reduce some of the puffiness, the appearance of the labia that you want to help. So it can be used internally and externally. So it's a great device. It is very safe, and I love that people can use it in the comfort of their home.
Thank you so much, and thanks for answering these questions. We needed your help. Folks, we have so much more to come, so stay with us. Up next, we're diving into our goodie drawer with the incredible Donna Farrow from High on Love, and of course, we'll answer more of your intimate questions. And don't forget, my best for last, all about boosting libido. Those tips are still to come. Stay tuned.
Want more TSC? Like us on Facebook. And sign up for email at tsc.ca/email. For more special offers, videos from hosts and guests, and more amazing products. Get more of TSC online.
Welcome back to Intimately You, presented by TSC. I'm so pleased to have OBGYN Dr. Jessica Shepard with me tonight to discuss ways to revive your lost libido. It's hiding in there. We're going to get it out. Before we dive back in with the good doctor, we need to take a look inside our goodie drawer. And I'm so excited because joining us is Donna Farrow, here to share some incredible products from High on Love. Donna, it's so good to have you with us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be back with you, Dr. Jess, and especially on such an important night. I love talking about this because this is a subject that's very near and dear to my heart and within my life right now. And, you know, having experienced loss of libido myself over the last couple of years, excuse me, has been an extremely, a confusing time for me. So I'm so glad to be here to answer some questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing and normalizing that conversation, because we all go through our ups and downs. But let's get to the goodies in the drawer right now. You have a number of beautiful products from High on Love, starting with the Minis Pleasure Collection, which is all brand new to me.
I love this pleasure collection because what we've done is we've put in one kit all of our top selling items so that you can try them, with just a great sample package. And we have amazing mini sizes of all of our best selling items. We've got our Sensual Massage Oil. We have our Sensual Milk Bath, which I absolutely love. We've put in our top selling Orgasm Oil, which is, I'll be talking about that a little bit later on and really going into what's so great about that. And then also our little mini lip plumping gloss, which I absolutely love. And to top it all off, we've put in this great little travel size bullet, which is a great pleasure object that you can take with you. It's rechargeable. It's got 10 speeds. And I'm going to tell you, this is so powerful. You can have it from very high to very low. You'll absolutely love it. But this kit is a great way to get your hands on all of the top selling High on Love items, all packaged together.
What a great way to just sample a little bit of everything, but also, I mean, I have to say, that's a great gift. So if you have an anniversary or a celebration coming up, or just because, I think the nicest time to get a gift is when it's unexpected. So a beautiful option there. And I actually just received it. I'm waiting to try that new bullet vibe. Now, you also have the High on Love Dry Body Oil, which I personally use because I have really dry skin and I find it hard, with the climate and the air conditioning and the heat, and it doesn't stain my sheets. This is what I love about this dry body oil.
Well, I love this too because not only does it leave the skin silky and beautiful and glowing, but we have omega acids in it. So it's really nourishing for the skin. And the reason that it's so easy to apply is because we actually have taken our concentrated and made it into a lighter version so that you can spray it all over easily, especially if you're on the go. But the best part about this is it leaves the skin soft and silky and smooth. And what a great way to get yourself in the mood. This is one of those little tricks to really boosting your libido, is by feeling great and confident about your own self and your own body and your skin. And it just feels luxurious. You will absolutely love this.
I do love it. I've been using it every night since I received my package, and I'm an absolute fan, and I don't say that all the time. Now, you have another oil that's a little bit different. We have the Sensual Massage Oil. What's the difference between the Sensual Massage Oil and the dry body oil?
So this is a little bit more concentrated, and it actually pours onto the body as opposed to spraying on the body. And what I love about this the most is that, again, we aren't using fragrance. We're using aroma. So aroma is pure, clean beauty. It can be used all over the body safely. And like, as you mentioned, it doesn't leave residue or stained sheets. So that's what I love about it too. And what a great way to get the mood going by giving yourself or giving each other sensual massage. But what's so amazing is that it leaves the skin, again, nourished, hydrated. It also helps with circulation, and it helps to relax and soothe the body all at the same time.
I really love this. And then finally, you have a stimulating sensual, finally, you have one more that is actually a stimulating orgasm oil, not just sensual, actual orgasm oil. Tell me why this one works.
This orgasm oil is fantastic. Number one, it comes in a dropper, so it's really easy to apply, but it actually, when applied to the clitoris and the labia, really helps with circulation and stimulation. It actually helps the body to produce its own natural moisture. So for those of us that find they have vaginal dryness, or sensitive skin in the vaginal area, this is the perfect serum to apply because it's going to soothe and treat the skin, help with the stimulation. It's going to help you produce your own natural moisture. And I love that, again, we're using aromas, not fragrance. So you don't want to really put any type of fragrance in that delicate area, so it won't disturb the pH. And
Perfect.
That's what I love about it.
Perfect. I love the High on Love product line. Thank you so much. They're really great for, I think, getting you to reconnect with your sensuality. Dr. Jessica Shepard, what do you think of using products to help with libido, not just the hormones and the medical side?
Yeah, no, I always actually advocate for all these different products that are outside of medications because I really want people to understand that it requires some of your daily life and changing how you actually perceive intimacy and yourself. So touching yourself and using these oils in order to enhance how you feel about yourself, and also inviting your partner in, that this is, again, how you build intimacy with your partner and or yourself. It doesn't always have to be with a partner, but this is an important part of aspect outside of medication. I love all of this.
Wonderful. Well, we have covered a lot of ground so far tonight. Thank you so much for being here, Donna. Really love seeing the new products and just seeing your face. It's been a little while.
It's been great to be back, and I'm so excited for the show, and I hope everybody takes something away from tonight that's going to enhance their life.
Absolutely. All right, folks, we are not done yet. More of your questions are to be answered with Dr. Jessica Shepard coming up when we come back. And I'm saving my best for last on reviving libido, so don't go anywhere.
I wanna be the sun.
Want more TSC? Like us on Facebook. And sign up for email at tsc.ca/email. For more special offers, videos from hosts and guests, and more amazing products. Get more of TSC online.
Welcome back to Intimately You, presented by TSC. Tonight, OBGYN Dr. Jessica Shepard and I are answering your questions on how to revive your lost libido. And remember, folks, if we aren't able to get to your questions on the show, I'm answering more online on the blog at tsc.ca/intimately-you. Now, Dr. Jessica, we have time for one more question, and it comes from Tara, who asks, I'm always dry and it's uncomfortable. What treatment can you recommend? Dr. Jessica, can you help Tara out? Because we're all dealing with this.
Yeah, I know. I think that this is a question that I actually get all the time in the office. This is a great question. I think that there are so many ways to relieve vaginal dryness. Now, depending where you are in your life, if you're a little bit earlier in life, 30s, 40s, 50s, you may, again, use a variety of different lubricants. And now what I love about lubricants is they don't always have a drying feature, which is a lot of alcohol content. We have a lot of lubes that really have some restorative type of factors and ingredients which are helpful. And then if you are, again, menopausal, looking to your doctor about possible hormones, but also devices that can help with lubrication. What do you think that are great for lubrication, Dr. Jess?
Well, I have here with me this Wicked Ultra fragrance-free silicone-based intimate lubricant. And I do find that when people are complaining, for example, of vaginal atrophy or the dryness that's related to age, that a silicone lube can be really helpful. And some people will use it more regularly, not only for penetrative sex. So thank you so much for that. All right, folks, it is time for our best for last tips. If you want to revive your libido, remember that it's not something that lives inside of you and comes down on its own. It is something that you have to activate if you want to. And the bottom line is, if you wait until you're in the mood to have the sex, you may never have the sex. So you have to get yourself in the mood. And the reason for this is that desire can be both spontaneous and responsive. And spontaneous desire occurs kind of on its own, like a sneeze. You're just walking down the street and I'm like, yeah, I'm in the mood. Maybe not so common for most of us. Now, responsive desire happens in response to arousal. So responsive desire, which is the more common kind, is coming after you get yourself aroused. So what's the answer? Try getting yourself physically aroused, and then the desire is more likely to follow. So how do you do this? Well, you have dozens and dozens and dozens of options. You can fantasize to get aroused. You can, of course, use a toy to get aroused. You can read something sexy. Some people find that working out gets them going. You can reach down and touch yourself. You can clear time to relax. And I would say the big thing, especially based on the questions coming in, if you want to get aroused and experience spontaneous desire, you have to learn to be selfish, right? You want to activate desire? Stop taking care of everyone else and take care of yourself first. Dr. Jessica, you must run into this with patients all the time. It makes sense that they're not in the mood because they're taking care of everyone else.
Exactly. They're taking care of their daily life, their kids' life, their spouse's life, their partner's life, everyone. And so what happens is you take away from that compartment that really ideally should be devoted to yourself. And just like you said, a lot of people feel that libido and desire and arousal literally will fall into your lap. And so as a physician, I really try to use holistic ways to have people implement intimacy back into their life through things that are going to be in the atmosphere, how they feel about themselves, and taking the time to be with themselves. And when I say that, taking time to touch themselves and really feel who they are intimately.
Yes, and of course, putting yourself first might also involve taking time out to play. We've got the goodies for that. A quick reminder of what's in our goodie drawer tonight. All right, from High on Love, first and foremost, we have the Mini Pleasures collection, a little sampling with all of their beautiful fragrance-free products, although they have this beautiful aroma, including this new vibe that I'm yet to try. And then we have a couple of my favorite products. We have the Dry Body Oil, which sprays on and is beautiful for just taking a minute to be in your body. Sometimes in practice, we call this sensate focus, but you call it whatever you want, just a ritual at the end of the night. And of course, the more concentrated Sensual Massage Oil is also an option. And we have the High on Love Stimulating gel, so stimulating orgasm oil, sorry. And so as Donna was saying, this can help to activate your natural lubrication as well. And I actually wanted to add another product that we didn't talk about. I wanted to mention another fun product, my project, the Love Honey 50 Shades Greedy Girl Thrusting Rabbit. All right, and the reason I'm sharing this is because so many people are looking for options that don't require a lot of manual dexterity. Maybe it's an injury, you have trouble reaching down there, or it's arthritis, and the Greedy Girl has it all. It has this bulbous head, it has these silky ears for the external, and it actually thrusts with you with 36 different vibration patterns. So I think this is just a really great option to use externally, internally, especially if you're having any difficulties reaching down there. And remember, all of these products are available at tsc.ca/intimately-you. Now, Dr. Jessica, if you had to pick one to take home, what are you eyeing right now?
I want to take home all of the gels and oils, all of them.
All right, well, we're gonna have to work on sending them your way. Thank you so much for being here tonight. You're just so knowledgeable, and I'm so thankful to be connected with you and learning from you.
Thank you.
And also a big thank you to our good friend Donna Farrow from High on Love. And of course, thank you to you for joining and tuning in. Keep your questions coming at tsc.ca/intimately-you. And while you're there, check out all of the stimulating products you saw on tonight's show and so much more, including a deeper dive into the topics we've covered tonight. Just click on Learn More. It'll take you to our blog. Thank you again for tuning in. See you next week.